there, Sagittarius. Welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot. This is going to be your weekly intuitive reading for August 31st through to September the 6th. Let's get started, Saggy. Working first with the Work Your Light Oracle to see what overarching messages or themes there are to come through for you. Here it is. We have got Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Guys, I mean, this really is a card of divine orchestration and trusting in that, right? Trusting that sometimes when there may seem to be no progress or movement in an area of our life, whether, we can't wait to meet that soulmate, we, really want to go forward in our career, we're waiting for our big break. Sometimes the stage is being set behind the scenes. Sometimes the stars are aligning and things are coming together. Maybe that perfect soulmate is wrapping up another connection, is relocating to your area. You just don't know how the divine plan is coming together. So we need to trust. We need to surrender to what is. I mean, it's good to take inspired action, guys. We can't just, wait for things to be delivered. The best thing that we can do is get into the energy of receive, believing we are worthy, not telling ourselves that it's never going to happen, I'm too old, I've missed the boat, or, that soulmate doesn't exist. We give up all of that. We stay positive. We believe it will happen and we get ready to receive. And then we're energetically in the right place for that to come in. Let's get a Yogic path card for you, Saggy. The top one, Pitta. Okay, that is one of the Ayurvedic doshas. So Saggy, Pitta is the powerful, strong-willed and feisty dosha. I mean, you are a fire sign after all. And it says here that, fire and water, which we see here represented in the card, are the two most powerful elements that can create and destroy anything. And together they create Pitta, which is empowering you today. So it says here that you are in a determined place in your life. You know what you want and a fire has been set under your seat to achieve it. You're transforming the world with your actions. Just don't lose connection with the water within you and remember to play. So it's a message of staying balanced, of meeting your fire with also some calming energy of water, some emotional connection, intuition, love and harmony. And, it's when those two energies come together that we can really create and manifest. Let's go to the Rider-Waite Saggy for your tarot message. Pulling the first energy here for recent past. Energies leaving, completing or transitioning in your life. What you may be journeying. Taking that, saw that. 5 of Cups. Yeah, I mean, energy of releasing the past in order to see the opportunities that are afoot. The Empress here, she wants to create with you, but first of all you need to create the energetic conditions for that. Let's get your current or focus energy out, Sadie. Okay, something flipped over there. It is Justice. Okay, all right. Some of you might be getting justice over a past situation that has held you. Held you stuck for a while. Let's get the outcome, Knight of Swords. Yeah, I can really see that there's a desire to move forward at pace, to make, leaps and bounds and real progress in your life. But there's something to be cleared here first. So let's clarify, Saggy. Temperance, yes. The Great Soother, the calming energy that comes after death and the Major Arcana. Let's clarify Justice. Whoa. Two of Swords. The new path that's opening up for you. And we'll clarify the Knight of Swords as our final card. Ace of Wands. There it goes. Alright, at the bottom of this deck we have the Three of Cups. Let's read the energies, Saggy. So in your recent past, we have got the Five of Cups, the energy of Temperance, and let's bring in the Three of Cups as well. Okay, now guys, Temperance is the energy that follows on from Death in the Major Arcana, right? And here we see somebody who is almost in the mourning stage, is in the stage of grief, of loss, of disappointment, of despair, maybe lamenting the expectations that weren't met in work, career, a relationship, friendship or family situation. It's a general reading, guys, so you can relate it to your situation. Now, the issue is after we go through a big cyclic ending, the energy of death, which is a purging, a clearing of the slate, a releasing of someone or something, yeah, we do grieve for it, and that's absolutely normal and quite necessary to process those emotions. The issue arises when we stay in that. We stay in the energetic charge of loss, of scarcity, because then that can push us into negativity, depression, anxiety, and those kinds of things. There's scales to it, obviously. The thing is with the past, guys, is that, you know, it's been and done, and we can't take it back. We can't change it. So all we can do is accept and acknowledge. We don't pretend it didn't happen, you know, or try and run away from it or bury those emotions or not think about it. We acknowledge and accept, and then what we can do is we can set the clear intention for change. Number 5 in tarot is the number of conflict. So it's been staying in the charge of the past that we end up internally conflicted. However, 5 is also the number of change. It is the great turning point. You're being asked to turn around and see the opportunities that have been there for you all along, but you were too consumed maybe in the charge of the past to see them. So it's really time to build that bridge over those troubled waters and come back to the portal of the heart, reconnect. And Temperance is that energy that is the great balancer and soother and helps you balance those emotional waters of life. She's the calming energy, and really the message here is when you soothe yourself and come back into that place of balance, you know, physically, mentally, and emotionally, that's when the path forward will start to emerge. And Temperance is it's an angel, it's a guiding light. So there is a sense that you will be guided through this. But first of all, we need to move into a place of awareness so we can see and feel the subtle signs and synchronicities that are, leading us out of this situation. The Three of Cups here for an energy for me means that, the worst is over. The winter is gone, the spring is now here, and it's really time for you to plant new seeds so that you will have a new harvest in a different direction in the near future. It's a card of celebration, and it says, it's time to celebrate the present moment and, move out of the past charge there. So that's what I'm seeing there, Saggy. And I feel that maybe some of you were sitting in that past energy because you may not have gotten the justice that you feel like you deserved or desired in a situation. Some of you might have been going through a legal divorce or separation. Maybe there was a dispute at work that you are bringing to some kind of resolution. It can be like a property situation as well, anything that kind of has those contractual agreements around it. Or it can just be, hey, I didn't get that justice, I need to have a really honest conversation with somebody. The justice is the energy that comes in when a modification or a change, number 5, change, needs to happen in a situation in order to bring it back into balance, in order to realign and steady and stabilize those karmic scales. You might have been dealing with a Libra as well. It's just a possibility here. Lots of air energy. So we need to bring that change so that we can draw that clear line in the sand, that boundary, get the victory we deserve and move forward, right? I think there's a sense that, you felt like you didn't get justice, and that's what's holding you here. Because it's that justice, that feeling of justice, that is going to set you on the new path. The Two of Swords could be that you're weighing it up as well, weighing up whether to bring this to some kind of head, to bring it out in the open, to confront that person or the situation and put it to rest once and for all. But first of all, we have to open it up before we do that. But I feel like in doing that, you're going to be led to the new path. I think it's fundamental for you to be able to move forward. The Two of Swords talks about being at that crossroads, that decision-making point, And the key is to just make sure that we're not getting swayed by our emotions. We need to make our decisions from a place of intuition, see the little moon there, fact and knowledge, but not from our emotions. Otherwise we can, if we act from the emotions, we can end up back here, back being triggered and back in the charge of the past. So I feel like by getting justice, by making decisions from a place of intuition, fact and logic rather than emotions, you're going to be able to see, choose and begin to move forward onto that new path that is awaiting you, Saggy. And here it goes. Knight of Swords, Ace of Wands, and the Moon in your near future outcome position. Well, the Ace of Wands, guys, is that passionate new beginning. It is the new start. And it also is a card of like reconnecting with your purpose. It can be a romantic, or chemistry kind of situation, a new connection coming in for you. But it's the potential for feeling lit up again, feeling energized, feeling back on purpose. I mean, it's really opposite from this energy that I see here. So there is the potential for new beginnings here, the new seeds that are talked about in the Three of Cups being planted. The thing is that we need to take the inspired action, lay the plan, start, moving forward, nurturing that, to grow those seeds so that we can lock in that new beginning. Here with the Moon and the Knight of Swords, like there could have actually been a final piece of this puzzle that needed to fall into place to bring justice to it, because the Moon can talk about secrets or deceptions, things happening in the shadows or the underneath. So maybe you were feeling that charge of it, and information could come to light this week or in the weeks that follow this reading that helps you put this to bed once and for all. That the Moon is also a card of hidden blessings, guys. It's its positive side here, and it's by sometimes going into that shadow side, acknowledging the darker sides of ourselves, or maybe the darker kind of energy that we got stuck in, acknowledging it for what it was and the gift in it, that can really start to illuminate that path forward, and understanding that there is a silver lining and blessing and gift in every loss and every trauma that we suffer, even though it can seem absolutely largely unfair at the time. And I feel like through that acknowledging, through maybe doing some of that shadow work and accepting this new beginning here, moving into passion, purpose and energy, you're going to be moving forward at pace. I really feel that you are ready to get on that horse and charge forward. The message with the Knight of Swords is just to make sure that we don't move too hastily, that we do things in the right timing, slow down a little bit, just make sure that our communications are calm and centered and balanced, and we don't engage in that sort of argumentative energy as well. But ultimately it's progress, and it's quick progress that comes to the person who releases the charge of the past, brings fair justice to a situation, and then begins to accept the new opportunities that have been waiting there all along but maybe just couldn't be seen. Okay, Saggy, I am going to leave it there for you and hope that you enjoyed this reading. Do keep in mind it's a general reading for the collective, so it won't be everybody's reading this week. Feel free to drop me a comment if you're called to share. I do read them all and try to respond to as many as I can. Helps me get to know you guys and connect with your energies, and I will see you back here next week for another reading.